How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on Chemo 365, where I hope out of the 365 days out of the year, you can find a video here that you can relate to. Now, I'm pretty positive at some time in our lives, we've seen one of these things. This is a carpenter's pencil. Now, whether you've had work done in your house, or you see some guys on a construction site using these, or maybe you've done some renovations on your house, I bet you wondered, why in the hell is this thing shaped like this? Well, here's 5 reasons why a carpenter's pencil is shaped like this, how to sharpen it, and most importantly for the guys back home, no cause it's not for better pencil fight.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Bro, that's all back in the day, bro. The Goliath and the Husky pencils, bro. One crack paw, and if you're losing, just karate chop them in the middle. Nah. Okay, so here is reason number 1 as to why a carpenter's pencil is shaped like this. I'm just going to give it a good drop here like this. I'm going to see it just kind of sits there. If I drop this guy, see, kind of rolls around like that. So whenever you're doing your work, there's more of a likelihood that this is going to roll away versus this that's just going to stay put. On to reason number 2. So when you're wearing gloves, because of the shape of the carpenter's pencil, it's a lot easier to handle one of these because of the increased surface area. So it's a lot more comfortable versus gripping something that's round like this. Moving on to reason number 3. So it's not by pure coincidence that all of these look like they're the same size. It's because they are all the same size. So you can use this as a spacer. When it's lying this way, that's about a 1/2 inch. This way should be about 1/4 inch. So if you get your tape measure out here, and you kind of do this thing, see how close I can get that. There's your 1/2 inch there. And you move it their way, and you get your 1/4 inch. So when you're in a pinch, you can use that as a spacer. Alright, on to reason number 4. So because of the shape and the way I'm going to show you what the lid looks like in here, this is much more customizable than this guy. So you can sharpen this thing and get it down to a fine point. But with this, you can actually get this to look like this. That's a total waste. I would never do that, but you can. But you can actually shave this lead down to be so thin. So you can do different types of profiles. You can get thick lines. You can get thin lines. You can draw it down to a point. There's a lot of different pencil profiles you can do with this. So it's a lot more customizable than using one of these. And lastly, reason number 5 as to why this is shaped the way it is it's tougher. So you know that last point I talked about, point number 4, you can shape this so that it's thicker so you can draw on rough surfaces. And if you have one of these and you have it to a fine point or even like a blunt point, you're going to be drawing on it, the tip will break off, the whole thing actually might break off and you'll burn through your pencils a lot quicker. But with this guy, because of the thickness of that lead and the shape of it, you're going to be able to draw on rough surfaces. Now, knowing all of that is fantastic and everything, but how the hell do you use this thing, right? How do you sharpen it? It's weird shaped. It's not round like one of these guys where you can just stick it in a pencil sharpener and turn it. Well, the good news is the Hansen sharpeners have been around for a real long time. You just put this thing in here, turn it, and it sharpens it just like this. But, like I was mentioning earlier, you don't want to have this thing down to a fine point, but I'll do it anyway just to show it to you. But what most people are going to do is use a box cutter like this, and they're going to whittle away at the wood till you get down to the lead, just like that. And this is what it's going to look like. You're going to put it right about, I would say, maybe a 1/2 inch or so up here. You're going to do a nice little push cut, don't go too deep, and just whittle away at it slowly, just like that. Boop. And you can kind of see how that's getting a little bit closer. So I got to cut here, and then on the sides, what you do just like this. Let me see if I can see it here. Little push cut, just like that. And you'll just keep going till you hit that lead. Here are the 2 pencils that I sharpened, and keeping in mind they started off at the same length, but this is what you can expect to see when you're using that Hansen pencil sharpener. When you're using cheap pencils like this, you're going to burn through the wood a lot quicker, but that's the profile that you're going to see when you use that. When you got more expensive pencils, a wood softener is going to look a lot nicer, but you're still going to burn through wood a lot quicker as compared to using the box cutter, where you can shave it down to a point like that, or you can leave it just like that when you're using it on rough surfaces, or you can get it super paper thin like that. You can actually get it way thinner than that when you need more delicate lines. And a lot of people are going to have a bunch of these in their bag, so they're cut to different points, so they don't have to go back and forth and, of course, change the point by whittling it down. Yeah, but that's about it. Well, everybody, now we know the mystery as to why a carpenter's pencil is shaped the way it is. Guys, that's the ending of the video. If you haven't subscribed to Chemo 365, please do. If you like the video, please give me the thumbs up. And remember, I'll catch you guys later.